It's been a nightmare start to the results of local elections for Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, whose party has hemorrhaged support. So far, Labour has lost over 150 seats, but they are on course to potentially lose over 1,000.
Let me be clear, these are really tough results. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And we have lost brilliant Labour representatives, people who put so much into their communities, so much into our party and our movement. And the voters have sent a message about the pace of change, how they want their lives improved. I was elected to meet those challenges, and I'm not going to walk away from those challenges and plunge the country into chaos.
Yeah, they've sent a message that they want to change.
Well, they've sent a message that the change that we promised isn't being delivered in a way they can feel, and also, frankly, they're fed up with years of the status quo. But we were elected to deal with those challenges, and I'm not going to walk away from that and to plunge the country into chaos.
Did you contemplate that the problem might be you, that you might need to go to help Labour win these seats back? Did you contemplate, did you acknowledge it as a conversation?
Look, I think it's absolutely clear that the electorate are fed up with the fact that their lives aren't changing quickly enough. And this has been going on for a very, very long time. I think that we were right to emphasise to the country the difficult inheritance we had, the challenges we face, but we haven't done enough to convince people that things can improve, their lives can get better, the hope. And I'm not going to walk away from that challenge. We made a number of calls which were the right calls in terms of stabilising the economy, investing in our public services, and not getting dragged into the Iran war. But we also made unnecessary mistakes. And my job now is to set out the steps that we will take to bring about the change that people want and deserve.
To be clear, you are not going to resign.
No, I'm not going to walk away and plunge the country into chaos. We were elected to deal with these challenges, and that's what we will do.
Now, the parties that have come well out of this, or done well rather, are the ones on the fringes. It's Reform and the Greens. Even the Tories haven't done particularly well. Now, that's interesting because traditionally, when the ruling party's done badly, it's the opposition party that has swept up the votes, but not in this case. It's the fringes, it's Reform, it's the Greens, and even the Liberal Democrats who have gained significantly. This is all before the results are declared in Wales and Scotland. Now, Wales is going to be a key test for the government because Labour has held Wales for decades. Now, a very interesting moment came overnight when David Lammy, the Deputy Prime Minister, was sent out to bat for the government. And when he was asked whether it's time for a change in leadership, David Lammy said, "You don't change the pilot during a flight." But John McDonnell, the Labour MP and Labour's former Shadow Chancellor, was in studio, and he said, "You do when the plane is in a nosedive."
Prime Minister, how horrible do you expect the next day or so to be for your party?
This has been 2 months of constant campaigning, and I just want to begin by thanking the Labour councillors, members, volunteers, knocking on doors, delivering leaflets, working flat out against what many British people found to be a tough set of elections because of a cost of living crisis made worse by the Iran war. I don't want to sugarcoat it. The message from the doorstep is this is a tough election cycle. This is a midterm set of elections with people concerned about cost of living and wanting to see the government go faster with quicker pace.
But this goes a bit further than midterm blues, doesn't it? You look, the polls are right anyway, to have potentially be about to lose Wales, to be in a fight with Reform for second place in Scotland, 1,500 perhaps council seat losses in England. Is that broadly what you are expecting going into these results?
Well, Labour councillors have run positive campaigns based on NHS waiting lists going down, crime going down, violent crime going down, pride in place, and serving communities up and down the country. But of course, this is against the backdrop of a cost of living crisis, and no doubt about it, there's a tough message on the doorstep and frustration. People want to see the government going quicker, acting faster, and too often the message of delivery, what we're doing in terms of the NHS, what we're doing in terms of neighbourhood crime, was drowned out by the politics of grievance.
I mean, you've talked about cost of living, big domestic issues. There are some in your party that will pin these potential losses on your leader. Can you guarantee that Sir Keir Starmer will stay as Prime Minister, whatever happens in the next day or so?
I've been in public life now for 27 years. I remember after our huge victory in 1997, a very bad set of election results for Tony Blair in 99. You know, David Cameron lost successive local elections when he was in office, but went on to win the 2015 elections. So it is not unusual to be given a message by the electorate at midterm elections. Let's wait to see what comes in tonight. But yes, on the doorstep, it has been tough. There has been frustration, and we will have to pick up pace and really hear the public and deliver for the public, not the status quo. What people want to see is genuine change in their lives, and they want to believe that the Labour Party can deliver for them.
So Keir Starmer stays, whatever happens in the next day or so.
People want to see the Labour Party deliver, and for councillors working hard, for activists, members on the doorstep, making sure that our message is delivered locally. They want to see us nationally delivering on their behalf as well.
The man who's come away with a stride in his step is Nigel Farage, who suggested that Reform UK was on course for a general election victory after taking council seats from Labour in early local election results.
Good morning, everybody. I am delighted to be here in the sunshine outside Havering Town Hall, which I can now say is under new management. And I'm absolutely and it's significant. It's our first win of a borough in London, and that in some ways goes against the trend, because the pattern that's emerging over the country is that Labour are being wiped out by Reform in many of their most traditional areas, and what you're going to see later on today is the Conservative Party being wiped out in their heartlands like Essex. So London goes a bit against the trend in that the Conservatives and Labour have held up in some of the other boroughs. But I think overall what's happened is a truly historic shift in British politics. We've been so used to thinking about politics in terms of left and right, and yet what Reform are able to do is to win in areas that have always been Conservative, but equally we're proving in a big way we can win in areas that Labour have dominated, frankly, since the end of World War I. At the moment we're winning 1 in 3 of all the seats that are up. But I genuinely think the best is yet to come. I'm very excited about the North East results, the Yorkshire results, some more to come in the West Midlands. Essex, we're feeling supremely confident, and that's significant given that half the Cheddar Cabinet have seats in Essex. So it's a big, big day. It's a big, big day, not just for our party, but for a complete reshaping of British politics in every way. And it all goes to show that over the course of the last 2 years, since we made that breakthrough in the general election, we have professionalised the party. We've done it at a very, very rapid rate. I'm thrilled and delighted and happy to take any questions.
Labour MPs will be keeping a very close eye on the results, and particularly where the losses come, because ultimately they want to make sure that their seats are safe the next time Britons head to the ballot box in a national poll.